Hello, everybody in the Spooky Fam. Welcome to Chamber of Horrors Live. I know I started a few minutes early, but it's better than me just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. This is the first time that I'm streaming by myself. The movie watch panel is for Spooky Fam Movie Nights Live, and this is just like Chamber of Horrors Live. We're just chilling out and discussing House on Haunted Hill from 1959. So, it's less of a movie watch, more of like we're gonna watch it while we talk about it and pick on things about it. I do have recorded episodes of Chamber of Horrors coming with the new format, but it's taking me a little bit longer than I expected to get them to where I want them because, in real life, I've got a lot of responsibilities going on, especially during holiday season. So the t-shirts and the merch ain't gonna make themselves. So, and on top of that, we get custom orders and stuff. So let me just make sure that I am linking everywhere. Okay, so yeah. House on Haunted Hill. I remember when I first stumbled across this movie. It was when I would have to say 6 or 7, and we went to this like kind of like mom and pop general dollar store, like not like the corporate Dollar General, like it was a mom and pop um dollar shop, and it was in like a little case, a little thin case for $1, and I came home and watched it. Um, yeah. So this is one of my top films. Obviously, there's no question as to why it's a cult classic. Now, I found the colorized version, which I don't think I've ever watched the colorized version. I wonder how they're gonna do it. No, I think I've seen a little bit of snippets. I always prefer the black and white version when it comes to these movies, but we'll give this one a go. I think this is the only one I found that didn't have commercials in it. We don't want those pesky commercials. Um, so yeah, let's get into the film. This is directed by William Castle and it has Vincent Price in it. This is one of the few films, well, actually, not few, one of the many classic films that has all elements that I always talk about in the, that scream was really loud in my headphones. When it comes to terms of reviews, we have, hi Kate, how you doing today? You guys can like comment on the live streams. It's easier for me to see than my other tab. I might forget you
The
guys
ghosts
are.
are moving tonight, restless, hungry.
Oh, this looks weird colorized,
May I
honestly.
introduce myself?
You can introduce
I'm
yourself,
Watson Pritchard.
yes.
In just a minute, I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world.
Kitty cat, what are you doing?
Since it was built a century ago, 7 people, including my brother, have been murdered in it. Since then, I've owned the house.
So, we got William Pritchard here, who is a little crazy, I would think. So, I mean, I don't know. I I've been into many so-called haunted places, and I'm not saying like there's nothing, but I do think a lot of it is embellished, especially if you watched Ghost Adventures. So embellished, it's crazy. Um, but yeah, would you guys come to this house for $10,000 and stay through the night? I think I could do it.
I've
I
only
think we
spent
all
one
could do
night
it.
there, and when they
It'd be
found me in the
easy.
morning,
Would be the
I was
easiest
almost
10
dead.
grand we ever got. If my audio is messing up, you guys just let me know. So far, so good it seems, though, on my end.
I'm Frederick Lauren,
Hello, Frederick.
and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party.
The
A
storytelling of
haunted
this film
house
is
party.
amazing.
She's so amusing. There'll be food and drink and
Did
ghosts,
I make it to Cook's Corners before it
and
burnt
perhaps even a
down?
few
Nope,
murders.
I actually didn't.
You're all invited.
That's one
If
I
any
didn't
of you
get
will
to.
spend the next 12 hours in this house,
There's
I'll
a
give you
lot.
each $10,000.
I've been to a lot of
Or you're next of
sanitariums
kin
that
in case you
were
don't
on
survive.
ghost hunting shows,
But here come
and
our
you can
other guests.
definitely tell they either drink a lot or
It was my
script
wife's
almost
idea
everything.
to have our guests come in funeral cars.
Funeral cars get
She's so amusing.
what?
Her sense of humor
My
is,
cat's
shall we
angry
say,
that I'm actually
original.
talking.
I dreamed of the hearse. It's empty now, but after a night in the house on Haunted Hill, who knows? This is Lance Schroeder, a test pilot, so no doubt a brave man. But don't you think you can be much braver if you're paid for it? And I happen to know that Lance needs the $10,000 I'll give him.
$10,000.
If he's brave
I don't even
enough
know
to
what the
stay
hell
all
that would
night.
be in our
This is
modern
Ruth Bridges.
currency.
You've no doubt read her column in the newspapers. She says her reason for coming to the party is to write a feature article
Ruth
on
looks
ghosts.
like everybody's grandma who
She's
just
also desperate for
wants to
money.
spill the tea.
Gambles. You've already met Watson Pritchard, a man living in mortal fear of a house, and yet he is risking his
Watson
life
has
to
a
spend
little-
another night here.
Little mental stuff to work through.
He
That's
says
okay,
for
we all
money.
do. Kitty
This is
cat, stop
Dr.
it.
David Trent, a psychiatrist. He claims
She
that
keeps
my
playing with the
ghost will
mic.
help his work on hysteria. But don't you see a little touch of greed there? Around the mouth and eyes?
I don't know, Vincent.
This is Nora Manning.
I mean,
I
pretty sure
picked
everybody
her
that
from the
goes to a
thousands of
house
people who work
that you
with
have
me
to
because
bribe
she
for a
needed the
party.
10,000 more than
Heard
most.
footsteps in the woods heading
Supports the
towards
whole
us for way too
family.
long. Nothing there. Similar story
Isn't
from a
she
friend,
pretty?
but chased them back into their vehicle. They took off before they made it to the house.
The party's starting now,
Yeah.
and you have until midnight.
I'm not
to
saying
find
there
the house
aren't
on
some
Haunted Hill.
things, but a lot of the famous places, like when I used to do a lot of horror conventions, there was a table with the haunted trails of New York, and I've done a couple of those from that map, and it's kind of like, I haven't uploaded that series yet. I really need to get to editing that crap. I've been kind of lazy lately with the creative stuff, cause you know, work and all that adult stuff. Okay, this colored version is weird. It's kind of messing with me, not gonna lie. But you know, don't want commercials. I mean, I've had weird stuff happen on my property, like a lot of weird stuff. I'll post it later. There's a picture I took in the middle of the night. I just snapped a picture, and you could see, like, in the air. I don't even know where that came from, but it looks like the back of somebody's spine and a skull. I mean, I've seen some stuff. I've heard some stuff. I just tell them to piss off. Honestly. This like sepia tone is messing with me. Hey, Clara. No. No, I did not. That wasn't me driving, that was probably Chris. I have not left the house at all today, so. Dramatic music. See, this is the kind of stuff that we need to bring back in modern horror films. Just saying that right now. They all look so official. I do not like the 99 version of this. Stop it. No. No, I don't want to have to. I guess we can. I guess we can watch the 99 version at some point. I just really don't want to. I know Lex and Nick really want to see what I mean about the movie Things. And if, like, you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know that that's, like, the worst movie ever. But they're curious, so we're probably gonna be watching Things after our
Where is everybody?
Isn't a very warm welcome, is it?
streams.
Only the ghosts in this house are glad
I hope you guys are ready for that, because that movie's bad.
Are we all
There's, like,
strangers to each other?
I don't.
Don't you two
I
know
will
each
have to, like,
I'm
mentally
afraid I don't
prep
even
for
know your
that.
name.
I'm I know
for that
that.
film.
Lance
I don't know
Schroeder.
how many of you actually seen
Is Frederick
the
Lauren a friend of
things
yours?
by Barry
I've
Gillis.
heard of him, but I've never met him.
I mean, props to
I
him for
work
making a
for one of his
movie.
companies,
You
but
know,
I've
it's
never
better
seen
than
him.
people
I've
just
never met
talking
the
about it
man
and never
either.
doing it. But
Just a phone call.
ooh,
You know
it's bad.
Well, then you're the only one of us who does.
I don't know him. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
He's quite wealthy, isn't he?
Millions.
Like none of
And,
these folks know him. They're just
likewise,
like, sure, this
Four,
rich
I
guy
think,
is just
so
like,
far.
yeah, come party with my
$50,000
wife
are
for
only 5
$10,000.
cheap even for a millionaire.
Who does that?
Well, if I were gonna haunt anybody,
I don't know about you, but
certainly
if
be
I
the
got
house
like
I'd
a
put
random
in.
invite and I was like, hey, come stay at this house for $10,000 and I didn't know the people, I probably would not do
Who
it.
closed the door?
There's some weird crap going on. Guaranteed.
This thing's made of solid
She
steel.
reminds me of like a little mouse. She's kind of mousy in the face. That's an expensive chandelier drop there. That would be creepy working with Vincent. It really would be. Just because he's so good at delivery. He's one of the people, though, that I firmly believe that would have people in their basement, and I would not be shocked just because he's creepy. I'm not saying that's the right thing, but...
Annabelle. Our guests are
Okay,
here, unfortunately still alive. Is your face on yet?
Annabelle.
Dust and dirt everywhere, and the water barely trickles. Couldn't you have had the place cleaned?
Atmosphere, darling. You know how ghosts are. They never tidy up. That's a very fetching outfit, but hardly suitable for a
I
party.
love the banter
not going
between
to
these two. It's
Spend the
fantastic,
night
and I
ghost
also
party was
think
your idea,
Annabelle
wasn't it?
is
It's
just
gonna cost me $50,000.
like right
I
away
want you
now
to have
looking at
fun.
this after years
Party
of knowing
was
the
my
movie,
idea
like
until you invited all the guests.
her attitude right away,
the
like
strangers
kind of
are none
gives
of
it
our
away a
friends.
little bit.
Friends? Do we have any friends?
No, you don't have.
Your jealousy took care of that.
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet
Oh.
pilot. They share one thing. They all need money. Now,
How
let's
many
see if
games
they're
in
brave
real
enough
life
to
do you
learn.
think like millionaires set up for like
And you call
working
this a
class
party?
people like this?
Could be.
Right? Because I hear people say like life imitates art, right? So like this
Why do
was
you
made in like
always do that? It spoils
1959.
the champagne.
So I'm
Might
pretty sure there's a
explode.
lot of
Never does.
weird things that we're not aware of that
You guarantee that?
are just these weird millionaire
That
little
isn't funny,
games.
Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork. Will you join me?
No, thank you.
The subtitles are
Let me
completely
prove your
off
humor.
a little
My
bit.
humor is fine, thanks. And I haven't poisoned it.
It's always good to know that.
Hey Tessa,
Have
how's it
some.
going?
You'll enjoy the party more.
Thank you for the order on the Desdemona production shirt. That will be sent out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Your trust is so touching.
My
And
days
I'm not going
all
to party,
go into
All
one.
my wives, you're the
honestly.
least agreeable.
but still alive.
Would you go away for $1 million and tax-free? You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all. Your jealousy isn't tax-free, and your possessiveness is maddening.
If ever a man
Okay, I
has
love
grounds for
reading these
divorce,
subtitles.
But can't prove them.
the time will come. You'll slip up one of these days.
Think so?
She's a little bit of a cocky little minx, isn't she?
You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes. Arsenic on the rocks. Annabelle, you'd do it again if you thought you could get away with it, wouldn't you?
Darling, what makes you think that?
Something about you.
I love how like the subtitles are kind of like
You're
just in
hanging
like
very uncomfortable.
chill
Give me more
English
ideas.
while they're being dramatic.
Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
It says don't be swayed by
Yeah.
vampires. He's like, don't let the
The only
goose and
rule
goblins
now.
disturb you.
And don't sit up all night thinking of ways to get rid of me. It makes wrinkles.
I don't know. I am gonna be awkward. This is my first stream live. Not gonna lie. I'm a little bit of an awkward person.
This is what she used on my brother and her sister.
Yeah, I just keep it. I just keep it for
Parts of
when
the
people...
bodies all over the house, in places you wouldn't think. The funny thing is, the heads have never been found. Hands,
They've
and
never
feet,
found
and
their
things like that,
heads.
but no heads.
The wife, probably in a rage, threatened her husband with a knife and then, carried away by hysteria, took a swing at him and simply went on from there.
She certainly went on. How many people did she kill, Mr. Pritchard?
Only two. Her husband and her sister. No one else was here.
Okay, so this is
So
kind of
there
like
are
a
two loose
mixture
heads just
of, I
floating
guess,
around
a
in
ghost story and whodunit, you know? I guess
hear
that's the
them at
best way we
night.
can
They
explain
whisper
it.
to each other. And they cry.
And, you know,
Since
vintage
our hostess
horror is
here,
where
would
it's at with
anyone
this
care
stuff,
to mix
right?
me a drink?
Because you actually have to
What
pay
will you
attention
have?
to the personalities of the characters. See, each character here has a different personality. Whereas in modern horror
I'm your
movies, like you
host,
can even look in the
Vincent
recent
Price.
Screams,
Since we're all strangers to each
there's
other,
like
let's get
little
acquainted
to
with the drink,
no
shall we?
Mr.
character
Lawrence,
development. So you have a group of characters,
I
but they're
advise you
empty,
call
so
this
you
party
aren't
off
really
now.
paying
The ghosts
attention
are
to
already moving, and that's a bad
finding
sign.
Let me apologize for my wife. She'll join us
finding
later. What do you have?
Scotch and
Doctor?
out who done it or what's going on.
Now, before the party begins,
And
let's
this
go
movie is a
over the
perfect
details.
example of
The caretakers will leave
having
at midnight,
everything
locking us in here
well
until
written
they
and
come back in the
packaged.
morning. Once the door is locked, there's no way out. The windows have bars that a jail would be proud of, and the only door to the outside locks like a vault. There's no electricity, no phone, no one within miles. So
That just sounds like
no
a
way to call for
luxurious
help.
vacation to me right now.
Like a coffin.
Go be locked away, no electricity, no
So if
phone,
any of you
just chill out
decide
for
not
a
to
little
stay for
bit.
the party, you must let me know before midnight.
Yeah, that's
Of course,
fine.
if you leave, I shan't be able to pay you anything.
I'm interested in your reasons for this,
Yeah, I would be too. I would be questioning why is this guy
Ghosts
having this party full of strangers?
I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
But he's right. The need for money and curiosity
And now
of the
my wife has given
paranormal.
us all the opportunity to find out.
I know at
Music,
least like
ghosts,
7
etc.,
people off the
being
top of
only
my head that would do
creations of
this.
exterior,
No questions
your party
asked.
should be a success.
Well, Pritchard here promises us genuine ghosts.
7 now. Maybe more before morning.
That's cheerful.
4 men have been murdered in this house. And 3 women.
You planned your party very well, Mr. Lauren. 4 of us are men, 3 are women. A ghost for everybody.
Well, Pritchard, why don't you take us on a tour through the house and let's see what happens, huh?
I think the colorization of this film kind of takes away from the mystique a little bit.
See that stain?
It looks so
Blood.
dreary where the black and white kind of brings
young
everything
girl was
out, makes
killed
it
here.
pop. Like especially
Whatever
like
got
their
her wasn't
facial
human.
expressions
Don't
and
stand
everything.
there.
So this is so weird,
Where?
seeing it in color. This lady's just like, look, chill out.
It's too late. They've marked you.
Ridiculous. The roof probably leaks.
Oh, that must be what it is. Who would want to haunt me?
I would say any self-respecting male ghost.
I hope it doesn't come back.
Vincent over there
Pritchard,
trying to
you're
be
the
all
life of the party.
flirtatious.
He hasn't even started yet. Wasn't there a man who threw his wife into a wine vat or something?
That was in the cellar. There's been a murder almost every place in this house.
If the guy's so scared of the house, why does he still own it? Hey. Comments are coming in kind of laggy, so bear with me.
Who didn't die here, he was electrocuted later. Mr. Norton did a good deal of experimenting with wines. But his wife didn't
Do you
think it was
guys have
any
a
good.
favorite Vincent Price film?
So he filled the vat with acid and threw her in.
I have so many. I have a horror
was
minute
supposed to stay
dedicated
down.
to it, I just haven't uploaded it yet.
But the bones came up. It's a funny thing. But none of the murders
If
here
I'm
were just
talking a
ordinary.
little funny, It's because my
Just
wisdom
shooting.
teeth
Or
are
stabbing.
kind of acting up, and my face is
They've
a
all
little
been
swollen,
sort of wild,
as you can see.
violent.
So, I'm
Different.
going to the dentist soon.
God, she didn't fall in.
With this
You
mousy
mean there's
chick,
still acid in there?
I keep forgetting her name. She, like, always gets the near-death experiences, it seems. How convenient. A rat.
Destroys everything with hair and flesh. Just leaves the bones.
I like how Vincent is just digesting all of this. Look at that cool transition that they did.
My, it's
You
dry
can't
and
tell
dusty down
me
here.
that the forefathers here, since they
cure
had
for
to
that
put
upstairs.
time and effort into everything, did not do that stuff better. I think now we're like super reliant on all the fancy tech that it's so obviously fake now.
How'd you get invited to this party?
We gotta tone it back a little bit.
Oh, go on. I mean, what'd he tell you?
This guy's nosy.
Mr. Lawrence said everybody'd get $10,000.
But he didn't say anything about being locked in.
I'm gonna look that up. How much?
He just made the deal with me on the phone, but nothing about having to stay.
Aren't you going to stay?
If I don't, I lose $10,000.
I'm going to stay too. $10,000.
Yeah. You believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Well, I agree
Let's
with
see,
what that doc
what
says.
are we
You
looking
can
at?
spook yourself. I've done it in planes. Seen things that weren't really there. Were they? What are you gonna do with your 10,000? If we get it.
Dollars from.
What do you mean if we get it? Won't he pay us if we stay?
Ah, sure he will. 10,000 is no more to him than a nickel is to us.
We were in an automobile accident. Now I'm the only one in the family who can make any money.
Boy, I've never seen so many doors.
Holy crap. $103,381.44. That's how much you guys would be getting if you played this Vincent Price game today.
Bottles.
Does it go anywhere? Lance! Lance!
Isn't it refreshing to hear actual, like, creepy music that's not the same, like, sampler in all the modern ghost stories? I love the makeups they did in this, 'cause right here, you don't know what you're seeing. Is it a real person? Is it an entity? You don't know what the heck's going on. Is it a crazy grandma just moonwalking in the dark? Sometimes it happens.
Please! Lance is gone, and there's a ghost.
See what I mean?
Please, come on!
Did she say Lance is gone? Gone where?
Like how Pritchard is just so calm, like, I know this is gonna happen.
We'll have to break it down. It's locked.
Ah, you all right?
Nothing that money won't cure. I must
Must have bumped my head.
And the only way you could bump your head in here is to run head on into the wall. You
I
didn't
love
do that,
Vincent
did you?
Price. This, The Tingler, The House of Wax, The Fly, Return of the
Let's
Fly,
get a bandage
Mask of
on
the
it.
Death, The Abominable, Dr. Fives, The Raven, The House of Usher, Pit and the Punch. Yes, I love all of them. My grandma used to sit down and watch these movies with me, so it keeps a nice space near my heart. Thank you, Lois, for showing up. Lois, sorry if I mispronounce names. The good old wisdom teeth have been bothering me today, so. But he was such a great actor. We need more of them in today's spooky films. I'm really confused at the layout of this house, though.
Nora,
Kind of just looks
when
like
you
a
came in,
big
you
thing
said
of
something
concrete.
about a ghost.
There was something.
What did it look like?
Well, it was wearing a black thing that went all the way to the floor.
Weren't you a little frightened at the time?
Well, yes.
That, Mr. Loren, is hysteria.
But then, Doctor, how do you explain what happened to Lance? Was that hysteria, too?
Yeah, Lance just locked himself in a room and just
You better
Like
get that
crazy.
checked in a day or so.
Thanks, Doc. Wait for me in the hall.
Ghosts are
nope,
coming
you're cut
closer,
off.
Mr. Loren.
You really believe in your
No
pet
boost for you,
ghost, don't
Mr. Pritchard.
Before the night's over, you will, too.
Would you like a drink, Lance?
No, thanks.
I'd like one. Scotch and.
These subtitles, I'm telling you. The subtitles in this one are kind of like the clip notes of the whole movie. It's
Are
funny.
you really going to pay anyone who stays all night?
Certainly. $10,000.
Will it be
Sometimes
much
it's right
less
on the money, and then
delay?
other times it's just way in left
Very
field.
Frankly, yes.
They must be auto-generated.
Or frantically.
There you are, my dear.
For those of you that follow me on Ko-fi, I did start a new mystery thriller tale. If you like to read that kind of stuff, you can follow me for free on there. And, you know, there's different things for different followers. So if you're a free follower, there's stuff for you. And then obviously for the tiered, there's other exclusives. So it's a cool way to keep up with other things that I do.
What you saw might
Besides
have been a ghost,
videos.
Nora, but what was in here with me was no ghost.
I don't know. I was so scared.
I probably shouldn't have put this live stream the same time my reaction video came out. But my brother's going to be drumming later. He's got some stuff to work on. His band is going to be doing some music for some of my projects for horror movies. So that's going to be fun.
3, 6, 9, 12. 12 feet. Three, 6. Now I'm gonna knock on the other wall. When you hear me, you knock on this wall.
Hidden corridors. I had a friend who had a Victorian house, and we found so many hidden rooms. Ah, look at that. Look at Grandma over there. She just floats away. But we would go through the walls, and we would stumble upon all these different rooms and corridors and stuff like that. It was a fun adventure.
Where'd it come from?
From in
Could be
here.
scary though, because sometimes we would get lost, and then we would have to like scream, and our screams could be heard through the walls so people could find
Ran out of
us.
here. I
We're lucky we didn't get hurt, I guess.
Doesn't run it.
But it was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah, but why didn't I see it?
You don't believe me.
Well, of course not. I tease my husband. I married him because he and Vincent Price have the same birthday. Oh, that's so funny. I did have a chance to speak with his daughter very shortly at a convention once. Very nice woman. Okay, Mrs.
I gotta
Loren's
go.
just hiding out upstairs, being creepy
You
this
must
whole
be Miss
time.
Manning. I realize this is a very unusual and I'm afraid very dull party. Wouldn't you like to freshen up?
Hopefully the audio is good for you guys. I have my headphones in, so I can't put it too loud on my side, but I think I can up it for you guys if needed.
This is your
But that's why I
room.
also have the subtitles on.
Depressing, isn't it?
I doubt if I'll spend much time here.
It's going to rain. Perfect atmosphere for my husband's party. Why did you come here?
He said he'd give
He
me
bribed me,
$10,000.
that's why. That's why we're all here.
Why did he pick you?
I don't know. My supervisor just came and said I'd been invited.
Like I said, I don't think I would accept a strange invite.
How long have you known my husband?
I just met him tonight.
So? Why you? What were you doing wandering around by yourself?
Well, I was in the cellar with Lance, Mr. Schroeder, and I just left, that's all.
Don't do it again. Don't go anywhere in this house by yourself. Now fix your face and I'll come by for you.
I
in
would
a
just
few
be like,
minutes.
this couple's a little weird.
You're in danger.
I'm just gonna stay in my room for the rest of the night so I can make it out with my 10G.
I hope for your sake you never find out.
Wish them well. I have bumped into eccentric people like the Lorenz though, and they are they're bizarre. They were nice, but they were bizarre. And they were in a little
I'm Annabelle
yellow
Lauren. Are you looking
VW
for
Beetle,
Not
and
exactly.
they
Are
would
you
dress as a
adopted?
clown
No, I'm Lance Schroeder.
and
You hurt yourself.
a nun
Just
all the
a bump on
time.
head,
I have no idea why they would.
which is my room.
It was a little creepy. They would act really peculiar. Nice people. But I would not, if I was hitchhiking, get in their vehicle because I just didn't know what was going on. And it wasn't even convention time.
You
I
were
don't
with
know
the
what
young
happened to
girl in
them.
the cellar. Why was she so upset?
Was she?
And you don't look like the type to go around bumping his head. What really happened, Lance?
Well, Nora thought she saw a ghost, but I didn't see anything.
She was just frightened then.
And mad at me, I think. I kidded her about it.
I wouldn't joke about anything else. that
He
happens
says,
in life.
and mad at me because
don't tell
I
me
was
you're
kidding her
taking
about
all
it. It's
this
like, I
seriously.
laughed at her.
Aren't you?
Well, I'd like to find out what hit me.
Lance. If I need help, may I count on you?
Okay, Annabelle, you
Sure, I
you
guess
move
so.
on pretty fast, don't you, girl?
Look, what's going on here anyway? I mean, what is with this party bit?
This is no party. He's planning something.
Your husband?
I wish I knew what it was.
Must be pretty big if he's going to lay out 50,000.
The money doesn't mean anything. He has a reason for getting us all up here to this dreadful old house.
Well, what for? He doesn't even know us.
Maybe that's exactly why you're here.
What can he get away with?
Oh, he thinks that big money like his can get away with anything. You know, of course, that I'm his fourth wife. The first simply disappeared. The other two died. Lance, I don't want to join them.
You mean he,
Oh, his doctor said they died of heart attacks. 2 girls in their 20s.
Well, what can he do?
My husband is sometimes insane with jealousy. Nothing matters to him then. Please be careful.
Did he hurt you?
He would kill me if he could.
Oh, Annabelle, it's not like you're so innocent. If you could get away with it for that fortune, you would too. I don't think great acting with
Annabelle, you're
them.
missing all the fun. Nora Manning was almost killed by a falling chandelier. The pilot bashed his head in.
Is he badly hurt?
I've used one of those
That
old brushes and it always gets
psychiatrist
tangled in
bandaged
my
him
hair. I like it.
Don't you want to go and console him, as you do most men, in your fashion?
Oh,
You're so clever, Frederick.
I love
Lie
the
awake
jabs
nights
these
wondering
two
why I
have.
married you. was rather a mistake.
You didn't marry me, dear. I married you. Unpleasant, but no mistake.
Hurry up.
Frederick, for the last time, I'm not going to your party.
And for the last time, it's not my party, but yours. And you are going.
It's so creepy.
I am not.
You ready, dear?
No.
Are you ready, dear?
Yes, damn you.
But you adore me as much if I were poor. All you want to be is a lovely widow. It's almost time to lock up the house. Then your party will really begin.
Imagine how weird it was
I
for his
wonder how
daughter to
many-
have her bedtime stories read to her by Vincent. Imagine him like reading the Three Little Pigs or something. Well, hi Tessa, thank you again.
Close to midnight, Lance. Okay. I'll be
No,
down.
I'm just chilling on this Sunday. I have recorded episodes of Chamber of Horrors coming, but I haven't had time to edit them, so I
Your host,
figured I
Maggie.
would just come on here and watch and chat
It's
about
almost midnight,
House on
Nora.
Haunted Hill today.
We're all going to get together down in the living room.
All right, Mr. Lloyd. I'll be right down.
Laid back Sunday. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Weekend went by fast. Now, this is a perfect prop too. It's not overdone, it's subtle, less is more, which is something that I was always taught when I do special effects and everything like that. Less is more, and when you first do it, you're like, no, it needs to have all this. As you start practicing the craft, you understand less is more for a reason. That's some good props for back in this day. And you notice how, like, it can instill, like, fear, like a little jump scare without being overly gory, too. So, if you're somebody who is new into horror, like I realize, like, a lot of the new subscribers are kind of newbies to horror, this would be, like, a perfect intro-ish. I guess it's like thriller, too.
Come with us before he kills you.
That would weird me out. Some old guy lurking in the dark. It's okay.
Where's Laura? Miss Manning.
Don't want to stay here.
Nora, what happened? That's Jonas Slides and his wife. They've been caretakers here for years. She's blind, you know.
I'm not going to stay here.
Well, Doctor, it looks like we have a real case of hysteria on our hands.
I think she's just a little upset, not hysterical.
Good evening.
Hello, my dear. This is my wife. These are our guests. Ruth Bridges, Dr. Trent. You know Watson Pritchard, of course.
Why I don't
Nora
like the
Manning,
1999 version? I just
Mrs.
don't
Blanche
think it
Schroeder.
captures this. I think it makes it a little too goofy. I understand maybe bring a new light, but I'm really picky about remakes. The only remake that I truly enjoyed was the Fly remake from the 80s there. I think they did a great job. But
May I have your attention,
a lot of
please?
other ones
I
just
think you all remember
either they
the
go
bargain we
far,
made about
too far
staying all night?
comedic or too far
$10,000 apiece.
dramatic.
If any of you
Like the
don't
Evil Dead
survive,
remake, I didn't like that one. It took me like
$50,000 will be
13 or
divided
15
amongst
tries
the
to
rest of
watch
you.
it.
If I should die,
You guys had me review that one a long time ago. Just don't think
You
it
will be paid
captured
by my
the
estate.
essence and just
when the
relied
door is locked from the outside
relied
by the caretakers,
wow
we'll all be forced
relied
to
too
stay in
much
this
on
house
the gore
until morning.
abundance instead of
If any of you
the
decide not to stay, you must leave with the caretakers now.
like mystery
You won't
and all
have
that.
a chance to change your minds later, because there'll be no way to get out.
I like
don't
it
wanna
better
stay.
if there's like a deep story and it's more psychological than just gore for the sake of gore. And it's just old people were like, peace out, I'm out.
It isn't midnight yet. Who told them they could leave?
They never leave before midnight.
Well, they've gone now. I was going to ask you whether you wanted to stay or not, but it seems that the caretakers have made the decision for you. We're all locked in
Do I
now.
like sci-fi
don't
movies?
wanna
Depends.
I'm sorry, my dear,
Depends.
but it's
If
too
it's
late
like creepy creatures, I guess,
haven't you had enough of
yeah,
this
but
silly
if it
game?
gets into like outer
Get some
space
cards
stuff,
here
I
for these
kind of
people
lose
and let them go
interest.
home.
I didn't really
Let's
get
pay
big
them
into like
first.
the super sci-fi stuff, like aliens and stuff.
now. This is your party.
Like,
Remember,
I could really do without it. But if you're talking like the
spite of
1950s
my wife's
sci-fi,
faith
when
in
it's
my
like
ability to
the
do the
500-foot
impossible,
woman or weird
we will
titles
all
like
have
that,
to
yeah,
stay
we
in this
can
house until 8
we can
o'clock.
totally rock with that.
But we have some party favors for you in these little coffins. This is my
Yeah.
wife's idea.
Nothing
I must
says
say, I think it's rather
weird,
dangerous.
like
I suppose you all know
a
how to
stranger
use one of
inviting
these
you to a
things,
house,
but in
bribing
case
you with
don't,
money, trying to gaslight
just
you,
press
and
down on
manipulate you
this lever,
psychologically, and then
your
handing you a
thumb,
weapon.
then pull the trigger. You see, they're loaded.
Love how casual he was.
These are no
They're
good
loaded.
against the dead, only the living.
Doctor? Lance? Nora?
Sorry guys, sometimes I have
Alright,
some of my
thanks.
comments on another tab here that they don't show up here, and somebody just said, wouldn't that be
Miss
wouldn't
Bridges?
that be happy? Wouldn't that be funny if it just so happened he pulled the trigger and that little flag that says bang came out instead?
Here's yours, dear.
I don't need it.
It was your idea.
The Thing, the
Knows you may
flag,
want to use it on me before this night is over.
yeah, the Thing remake is good too.
Throw these guns away. They won't
I
do
keep
you any
forgetting
good.
the 50s version
I
of that
agree
one
with Pritchard
actually.
on that point, although not for the same reason.
Dr. Trent,
The Blob.
don't you approve of our little party favor?
It really is hard to think of a good remake. It's really
Suppose
difficult.
Nora had a gun when she mistook the blind woman for a ghost.
Very, very
I don't
difficult. I
think
struggle
anyone
with
else
it.
is going to walk
When
around
you
in
guys
total
vote for me to
darkness.
look at remakes, I'm just like,
Oh, I'm sure we're
I
not
love
going
you
to go
guys,
running around the
but
house shooting each other,
it's
are
hard
you?
to sit through some of them.
Who knows? Fear makes people do amazing
Much
things.
like the covers we react to, a lot of times, people either try too hard to water down the story or
said your
change it
sister-in-law
in a
killed a
way
man
that
and a
it's
woman
like,
here and cut them up?
okay. I would love it to
You
see
said
if
they
like
found
people were
heads and
inspired
feet.
by a
They
couple
never found any
things
heads.
and
Would you
make
like
a
to
movie
see
like
one of those
that.
heads?
Like take
Would
inspiration
you all like
from
to see one of those heads?
like Evil Dead, The
Well,
Thing, and The Fly,
follow
or you know, something like that, and make a movie. Like that'd be cool. But some films I don't think should be remade. This was one of them. This was one of them.
Darling, I really don't need this.
And like, there's another Vincent Price one, The Bat, which is a remake of the silent film The Bat. I highly suggest if you need a little laugh to watch the silent version of The Bat because the costumes are just hilarious. They're
Just go
really
look in my
funny.
suitcase. Just
But
go
that's another good Vincent Price one. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead 1990 was alright too. The special effects
Oh,
are
it was in
okay.
there.
But
A
nothing
woman's head.
again tops the
Nora,
original because
I
when
think
the
you're a
original
little
came out,
upset.
obviously
Would you
nothing
care
like
for
that
a
was seen
sedative?
before and actually scared people. By the time 1990 came around, it was like, oh, yeah, we kind of know. Ooh, her scream was really loud in my headphones. But if I take my headphones out, you guys are gonna get echo. So
Well, what do you suppose she thought she saw?
They're closing in on her.
Look, Doc, I think somebody ought to stay with her.
There could be 1 million people around her. But if they wanted her, they'd get her.
What if he's right?
He's too drunk to know what he's talking about.
I wonder. I'll join you in a minute.
Do you think it would do any good if you went in and talked to her?
Well, do you think there really was a head in her suitcase?
I don't know.
A thing like that would put me right over the edge.
But would you sort of stay up here, I mean, in case she needs help?
All right. I'll be in my room. Just call it.
Thanks.
yeah, I mean, with all the weird stuff going on, just stay in your weird rooms. I'm sure like there's no weird corridors up to the rooms or anything either.
Are you sure?
I remember when I worked for the hotel, we had to clean one of their camps, and the camp was like really old. I think it was like built in the 1800s or whatever. And then the girl I was working with got scared because on top of some of the stairs, there was this giant, like old-fashioned, like mannequin made of metal, and it looked like a person standing there watching us the whole time, and my coworker was just freaking out. She got scared and wanted to leave, but we couldn't leave because you needed a boat to leave. So we were like stuck in this weird house with like creepy things like looking at us the whole time. It was wild. The Raven is funny with Vincent and Boris and a very young Jack Nicholson. Yes, that one is perfect. I love that one as well, Liz. It's weird seeing Jack Nicholson young too, because the first movie I saw Jack Nicholson in was The Shining, so it was very weird for me to see him be young in The Raven. I'm thinking of doing more Vincent Price movie nights, movie hangouts too, just to relax too. Let's just carry around a severed head. Love Army of Darkness, so funny, yeah. Me too. Me too. My husband doesn't like that one. I do, that's one of my favorites. I like the horror comedies are good too. They have their place.
It's too late. You'll never find her again.
Pritchard, if you know where she is,
It's just when they
She's gone to them.
take one like
Nothing you can do about it.
a film and they strip it down. Like the new Screams are the perfect example. Like I said previously earlier in the stream, the new Scream movies kind of just stripped everything down and it's lost its luster. You know, no character development, anything like that. Even Army of Darkness, we got something goofy, a goofy movie, but you know we still have our characters in their place and the weird stuff going on. You would expect it. Scream is just like watered down stuff now. And if my sister-in-law sees this, I know you say you like the new Screams. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry, no hate to you. I just remember seeing the original at the drive-in. I don't like the color of this movie. It's bothering me. Lots of browns.
Nora?
She's dead, Mr. Lauren. Your wife hanged herself.
Suicide.
Lance doesn't look too concerned. We'll be working on a haunt for 2024, and part of the area that I'm using for a haunt is an area with pine trees, but I have a trail going through it, and I think we're gonna set up some classic goblins and ghouls over there in the forest, and set up the screens so we can screen some horror movies. I think it's going to be a great time. My 1954 movie Them was made the year I was born and was the first horror movie I watched with my dad when I was 5 years old and loved it. Oh yes! Yes, I remember watching that one. I remember watching that when I was a little kid as well. You see, my grandparents, wow, my grandma doesn't really like a lot of the horror movies. They always somehow had the movie channel on that had a mixture of films, and I remember watching that with her. And what's funny about my grandmother is she loves to narrate over the movies what she thinks. So that's why I remember Them. That would be a good one. We should probably do a movie night with that one. I think people would enjoy it. But yeah, my grandmother used to go to the silent movie theaters with her mother. And so one night I was watching the silent version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. and she's on the couch and she's narrating the movie the whole time. But her narrations are so out there because she doesn't really know the story. She just knows, like, hey, I remember this when, we saw it. I love all bad B movies. Yeah, they're really good. They're really
I'm
good.
sure you've come to the same
I don't see why,
Yeah, I think so.
they get
Let's
so
go
much
over the
hate. But
discuss what to do.
if you were here earlier, I was
Living
talking
room?
about a movie called Things.
In a minute.
I'm pretty sure that's a Z movie. That's the worst movie I've ever seen. But my grandmother, anytime she saw a woman in the silent movie like being over expressionate, she'd be like, "Oh, hoochie hoochie poochie," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" But yeah, B movies I like more than modern horror. So like if I know you watch my reactions, I have Chamber of Horrors, which is basically where I discuss these sort of films. I try to stick to independent and B movies versus
You have to.
the modern stuff. Once in a while I throw in a modern one, but I try to keep it for modern as independent as possible. Because Hollywood kind of, unless it's classic Hollywood where we can see where our forefathers and foremothers are with it, the modern cycle of Hollywood is kind of drying up. But there's a lot of cool independent people out there that have that bad B movie vibe, but it's also really really good. So keep an eye out for that if that's something you enjoy. Some of my best times was working with B-movie folk, especially when you're learning props, because you have freedom of expression and you kind of like learn how the products work and stuff like that, because it didn't have to be super polished.
So beautiful. So greedy.
Like a lot of times they use ground beef and a watermelon for special effects and stuff like that. It's wild. How did he just readily appear? Just
Wait,
What do you mean coming in here?
I didn't want them to take her away.
Drunk.
They will if you don't watch her.
You're drunk. All right, out with it, Bridget. Why did you come into this room?
I'm the only one who understands.
Understands what?
Your wife isn't there anymore. She's already joined them.
Bridget, I've had enough of your spook talk.
I love the
Get out,
mixture of
you
this
son.
too, because
Don't
it's
come
like
back
you
in
have
this
him
room
who's
again.
unhinged, but in like modern horror, the unhinged person is usually telling the truth, right? But in this one, there's kind of twists and turns, and you got to pay attention to see what's real and what's not. A little bit of a paranormal whodunit. I really like that chair. That chair near the blonde lady there that she's facing. I like that chair. I want that chair. Growing up,
What's her name?
we had the Victrola, and somehow we stumbled upon
I
like
didn't
records,
disturb her,
different
since I don't think
stories
this
on
one's
it.
Spencer.
No, you're
And
right.
that chair just reminded me of just like sitting
Lawrence,
back and winding it up. And
Isn't there
be
some way
surprised,
we
those
can get out
old
of this house
Victrolas,
now?
I'm not talking about the ones we have now, like with the Bluetooth. I'm talking about like the old
We could
wooden
try breaking
box.
out.
The only door
We have one
outside
that
is
goes
made of
louder than my modern
bars of the
speakers.
windows
It
are
is
set in solid
crazy.
stone.
But
Gotta stay.
I have a lot of fam ask me, hey, what do you
I'm
do,
not afraid of
Mercy,
your
when the
ghost.
power goes out? It's not that big of a deal. I'll just pull out a Victrola and listen
afraid.
to all my old records. I have one.
When we came here
I
a
have
few
like
hours ago,
Uncle
the only thing
Josh
we had in
records,
common
which
was
is
the $10,000
comedy,
we
and
shared.
it's hilarious. It's that
Now,
old
however, we share
timey
something
stuff
else.
with the transatlantic
Lawrence.
accent. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I
fine.
listen to the Victrola.
One of
Ghost
us was almost
stories,
killed by a
music.
falling chandelier.
That's what I do when the power's
One
out.
of us
Or I
was
write.
mysteriously
I
struck.
write a lot.
One of us has been driven
I
to drink
actually
rapidly into
handwrite every
delirium.
single one of my stories before I
One
take
of
them
us is
out.
dead.
So, and
Was
I'm
he an
ambidextrous, so if this hand gets tired, I can move
Suicide?
over here.
And we must stay here for 6 more hours.
6 hours. 6 of us.
What is it with these old houses and having the most outrageous
not.
decor?
Who'll be next?
Not
How
as
did it-
outrageous as the decor in Winter Beast. If you
Let me
guys were
ask
there
you
for
a
the
question
Winter
about
Beast stream,
that. You were the
that
first one to
was
see my
that
wife,
was out
Nancy.
there.
Did you also see anything that she could have climbed up on and then jumped?
No.
Did any of them? There was nothing.
I love how Vincent
How
is
then
just
did
not
she
having
get
it.
up there so high?
Exactly, Mr. Lauren. How?
It's like
She couldn't
his
have pulled
Monster
herself up
Mash
there. She couldn't have
has to
dropped
be my
from the
favorite.
ceiling.
It's goofy.
Do you
If
think
you've
your
never
wife
seen that
killed
music
herself?
video, I urge you all to look at Vincent
was
Price's
murdered.
Monster Mash.
By one of you.
Zany costumes and everything.
Or you, Mr. Lauren. To deliberately kill someone, you must have a reason.
We were all strangers to your wife. Only you had a motive for murder.
What husband hasn't at some time wanted to kill his wife?
I mean, he's not
What
wrong.
husband hasn't had 1,000 opportunities to do it in such a way so that he'd never be suspected? I'm not such a fool as to hang my wife from a ceiling by a rope.
The fact remains that you, or one of us, murdered Mrs. Lauren. And that's a matter for the police.
So how do we get
Have you tried the Hunt to Killer
That's my
boxes?
point.
Yes, I have tried the Hunt to Killer boxes, and I do recommend them
What
if
began as a
you
silly party
like the
given by
murder
an
mystery
eccentric
stuff. The one that
now
I
involved us
did
all in murder.
was the 1920s one with the theater, and it's really, really good.
Let's stop it now.
It's really good.
Another murder.
Worth the wait for every
Why not?
box that came in.
Maybe one of us saw
I played it with a couple of my friends. I love whodunit parties and stuff like that.
Why
so-
should even a millionaire want to give each of us $10,000 to spend one night in a gloomy old house? To see
What?
some ghosts?
Oh, you saw
have a
my
party?
husband's lifting
No.
videos? Yeah,
Have
I
you
know.
finished
Everybody
trying
thinks
me,
that's
Doctor?
weird because he's
Is the
Mr.
verdict
Sports
guilty
and
of
I'm
murder?
Oh, this isn't
Madame
getting us anywhere.
weird
Somebody
and
killed
artsy
Mrs.
over
Lauren. We
here.
know. One of us is guilty and the
The
rest of us are
most
innocent.
he's
Okay.
deadlifted 600 pounds.
What we have to do for the next 6 hours is protect ourselves
But,
from each other.
You really
I
think?
believe it's
I don't
600
think
pounds. I
anything.
don't think
I
he
just know
got
that I'm going to
the
my room.
615.
And if
I don't
anybody
remember.
comes in, I'll shoot him.
But yeah, he did
Or-
strongman,
And
powerlifting,
if we all
and
stay in our
does
rooms, we'll be safe.
jujitsu. So
Because the innocent will have no reason to leave his room.
I do
and
all
the
the
guilty will
creative
admit
stuff.
his guilt if
so.
he or she does.
And we all have guns.
And we're all agreed.
Oh, I wish this night were over.
I don't know. If I was, I haven't seen it yet, but the exterior of the house always cracks me up.
They are through with
Yeah.
that shit.
Did you, Sean, were you able to come to the Winter Beast one? Because that one was insane. Or is that the one you're talking about? Sorry. I was reading like two different things. So fake bloods do taste nasty. Yeah, they do. But they do have mint flavored ones. That
What's the use
Are
of saying
subtle.
good night?
it's subtle, so it's not too bad. Not the best mint flavor out there, but Last Man on Earth hasn't been mentioned. Yeah, that's true. It hasn't been mentioned. There's so many. We could do a lot of Vincent Price Sundays. I think Sundays is better for live streaming, it seems. We got a couple more people from all over the place. But sometimes they lag coming into me, so yeah.
Good night, Doctor.
Oh my gosh. Kelsey, you're looking forward to things? Oh my gosh. The moth sandwich. Oh gosh. Yeah. Streaming games. Yeah, I will be streaming games on Twitch. I got a bunch of horror games, but I'm upgrading my tech. That's basically my problem. My PS4 kind of streams, but kind of doesn't, so. We are doing We Happy Few over there. If you like psychedelic 60s type stuff. Our Saturday late night scary movie show when I was young was called Shocker. Yeah, see, that's what, like, I'm really inspired by those older scary movie shows, and I would like to make Chamber of Horrors more of like those classic horror shows than just a regular series, like of me just sitting there talking. And I am working on a new format, so hopefully we'll bring a little bit of that back to life. One of my favorites, the CDs that I got was the Dr. Shock CD of like all his songs. And yeah, I think like those kind of shows need to make a comeback, you know. Like, I know when I was younger I had Tales from the Crypt. But yeah, I'm really inspired by that. And hopefully this new format works out good. It's gonna take me a little bit to get it where I go, but you know, that old classic horror show vibe I think will be fun. Also staying within the rules of YouTube and stuff like that, so I gotta make sure that, you know, to be seeing it. If Winter Beast is up, I'll save it for later. It should be up. Winter Beast should be up. The replay should be up on YouTube. I think that's the one that was. I'll look right now, actually. I can look on my phone. That is one I do believe we did save. If not, I can go up and see where it is.
They've all gone to their rooms and locked
I
themselves in.
know either
I've been thinking.
me
It's so dark down there.
or
Maybe it wasn't Mr. Lorne.
It was him, all right. Tried to kill you, and he did kill his wife.
Nick
How can you be
has
so
it.
sure?
What was I
tried to
looking
warn
for?
me.
Oh yeah.
Asked me to help him.
Keep forgetting. Oh,
Doc
I
thinks
see you
he's gonna
guys
try and kill one
commented
of
on the
us.
newest reaction. I will respond to those
Now, there
comments
must be a
after
way out of
doing
this place, and I'm gonna
Yeah, the
find it
exterior of
and
the
get
house
police
on Haunted
before he
Hill is
does.
weird.
I'm going with you.
I don't
If he
understand
finds
it.
out you're alive.
Oh, my videos.
No, Nora. You're safer here than any place else. Now just
Live.
lock yourself in and keep quiet. If I find a way out,
Let
I'll
me
come back and get you.
see. I think it might be over on Nick's, and that's weird. Okay. Yeah. I think it's over on Nick's right now. Videos. Trap Soul is on there. I'll have to see. It looks like I might have to re-upload the Winter Beast one. If I do, I will definitely do that. Could have sworn it was there, but we did that recently, so it should be there. I'll take a look after this movie to see if I can finish it. See, I still have it to where I can download it off this and re-upload. Could have sworn I had it up there yesterday. I know one of the movie nights got taken down by YouTube, so I had to move to Twitch. Beyond. Yeah, I'll probably have to re-upload the Winter Beast one. Yep, I will. That one had a weird exterior and interior. Wow. She's still going. I love how creepy that hand was. Alright. Calm down, Nora. You knew this was going to be a ghastly evening. Premiered, I might catch it. Yeah, I will. I'll put it back up. I know YouTube's been really weird with the movie nights, so normally they're over on Twitch and then we try to re-upload them here afterwards, after the live. I don't think that sounds all displeasant, Nora. That does. Whoa! May have dropped in that night. I don't remember. I don't remember either, honestly. We've had so many movie nights now. It's crazy. I know Lex and Nick were with me on that one though. Because I was showing them Winter Beast. Worst thing I had to do as a special effects artist, I don't like body casting. I just don't like being that close to strangers. And having to body cast. I don't mind doing the head, the arms, and the legs, but when it comes to like the actual body part, I mean, for the most part, people are professional, but then you get like some people that are really weird about it, and I did not like doing that, and I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore.
Ready?
You look downstairs, and I'll look up here.
Why not together?
There may be only minutes, seconds left of someone's life. Why waste time?
Horror Christmas themed. Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that on the 9th, which is a Saturday, and then the Saturday after that we have another one. So the 9th we have Lex co-hosting, Nick, Dark Mage 4 Productions, and then our friend Devana from Z World Gifts. She's going to be coming as a guest panelist. And like the thing is, Spooky Fam, if you guys want to join us and be on the panel for one of them, you absolutely can. You just got to reach out to us. Be a cool way to include you guys in the content as well. And you don't have to be like on camera. You could actually like put like an icon or something if you don't want to. That is something on the table. She has like the easiest script in this movie, honestly. Take a nap.
Every detail was perfect.
She just gets to be snarky and nap the whole time.
Done it. A perfect crime. Beautiful.
Has she killed him?
Not yet, but she will.
Get me out of this hanging harness. What's taking that girl so long? What time
She's
is
going
it?
through so much trouble for
First, I
that
couldn't get
money.
Nora to want to protect herself with a gun. After you appeared at the window, everything began to work just as we had planned. You were wonderful. Just the touch that finally drove her into complete hysteria.
It'll be worth all of our planning, darling. Where's Nora now? What's happening?
On her way to the cellar. So scared she'll shoot the first thing that moves.
And Frederick?
On his way to the cellar, too.
David, are you sure none of them will suspect us?
Of what? An hysterical girl accidentally shoots somebody? Who would suspect that we planned it that way, that we drove her to it?
What about my suicide?
Just a ghost party gag. We'll claim it was a dummy since I'm the only one who touched it.
The
Yeah.
caretakers.
Well, they had no idea what they were really doing.
What about Nora? She's not stupid, you know.
Darling, believe me, everything we planned is working perfectly. Nora is sure Frederick murdered you. She thinks Frederick attacked her in the cellar, not me. And now Nora's almost out of her mind with fear. The heads, the music, you're hanging. I tell you, when Frederick walks in there, she'll shoot him.
It's taking too long. David, you ought to be there.
You bring in your side piece to your horror show.
When you hear the shot.
Chris says hi, everybody. Poor Nora. Purposely made her jumpy. You guys ever like seen like the worst like oh good woo? You know, I probably should be more prepped for her screams. But anyway, the worst like movie death in the world, and the guy's like shot like 50 times, and he's like dramatically going from like the dresser to the wall. That's what that the way Vincent was acting reminded me of. Dun dun dun. Here she comes to collect her millions. She's wearing her I just killed my husband robe. Yeah, I don't think I would dig having one of those.
David? David?
This is like the perfect revenge. Where's Chris Canton when you need him? I like how this is like kind of like low-key like horror soap opera music. I think this is one of my favorite scenes in like movie history. It's like, hey baby, how you doing? Wanna go out sometime? I got a deal on some ribs.
At last you've got it all. Everything I have. Even my life. But you're not going to live to enjoy it. Come with me, murderess. Come with me.
Her scream isn't as ear-piercing as Nora's, though. But I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna do the monster mash. Yeah, look how happy I am. It's like, oh yeah, keep screaming. Bye-bye. See you later. Ew. Goopy goop. Classic Vincent, just chilling in the back there. Thought you could outsmart me? I've been doing this. How many wives did she say he had? Like, she was the fourth? He's like a pro now.
Good night, Doctor. Good night, Annabelle. The crime you two planned was indeed perfect. Only the victim is alive and the murderers are not. It's a pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder that I was playing too.
What a perfect way to end the movie.
There must be some way to get in here.
It's right along here somewhere.
Lance! I've shot Mr. Loren. He's down in the wine cellar.
Alive.
I don't think so. It's him. He's alive.
You didn't shoot anyone, my dear. I loaded your gun with blanks. I can tell you all now. Trent and my wife were planning to kill me. They failed. Trent tried to throw me in the vat. My wife stumbled and fell. I'm ready for justice to decide if I'm innocent or guilty.
How tall was he? He seems like a big dude.
Now there are 9. There'll be more, many more.
If this guy's so worried, why didn't he just tear the house down?
They're coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
It doesn't even sound scary. That just sounds like somebody's drunk uncle laughing at a ball game or something. The colorized version. Didn't really dig the colorized version, but still dug the movie. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I did. I'm trying to do more live streams as you guys have requested, so we'll see how they go. You can follow me on Twitch also. It's twitch.tv/MercyDesdemona. Over there we have more of our movie nights. We can have the mature filter on over there. I think YouTube has the same thing, but sometimes YouTube kind of like, as we start playing the movie live, it takes it down, and then for some reason it lets us re-upload the whole episode. So if you do want to catch us live for movie nights, I'm going to try to stream to both, but if the YouTube stream goes down, I will be over to on Twitch. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna go make some dinner. I think it's dinner time, and feed my animals, hopefully not get chased by a donkey and all that good stuff. The latest reaction is up on YouTube now, so if you'd like to check that out, let me know. And as I stated in that video, those of you that are requesting me to react to Baby Metal, it is very, very hard for me to do so. It is not my cup of tea, and I don't even know if it's worth posting those reactions, but I'm waiting for a friend of mine to give me some song titles, as she knows me really well, and see if there's at least one that we could get a good discussion with. But yeah, it's difficult. So I will try, not next Sunday, but probably after the new year, I will start to do these live streams on Sundays. We'll watch some horror classics and sci-fi classics. As Lewis said, Them is a good one. We should probably do that one. And all that good stuff, yeah. If you would like to be a part of SpookyFam Movie Night Live, let us know. Either me, Lex of Painted Angels, or Nick from Dark Mage 4 Productions, and we can make it happen. And we'll have a good time. So, see you guys next time. Bye!